So the POCO X2 is one of the best smartphones that you can buy right now, and I'm sure a lot of you guys must have already bought it. That said, the MIUI 11 on there is still, well, it's loaded with a lot of features, but it's still a confused UI. Well, that's what we're here to talk about today. Hey guys, this is Varun from Guiding Tech, and today I'll be talking about 11 cool tips and tricks for the POCO X2 that you should definitely know about. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing to talk about is definitely on how to switch between the different refresh rates, that is 120Hz or 60Hz. And the thing is, it's quite easy to switch between them. Now, in order to do that, just head over to display settings and tap on refresh rate. Now, you can choose between the one you want quite easily by simply tapping on it. As you can see, 120Hz is definitely for the better performance and 60Hz is for better battery life. Now, it's also worth highlighting that even if you have 120Hz refresh rate turned on, the POCO X2 still uses intelligent dynamic refresh rating. That's on your screen right now. And what it does is that it intelligently switches the refresh rate depending on the application in use. So yeah, just because you've tapped on 120Hz doesn't mean that your phone will always be running on 120Hz. Now, while we're on the topic of displays, another thing that you guys would like to know about is how to turn on the dark mode. Well, since you're inside the display settings only, just tap on dark mode and enable the toggle inside. Also, you can even set a custom schedule for it on when to turn on from light to dark mode, so there's that. Okay, so while MIUI is obviously a very heavily customized skin, it does give you the option to at least get notifications in stock Android style, which in my opinion is a very nice touch. Now, to switch between notification styles, simply open up the settings app and then tap on notifications. In the following screen, tap on notification shade and then choose the type of notifications you want. Simple, isn't it? Now, the POCO X2's display is absolutely gorgeous, if you can let go of the LCD display obviously. But yeah, it's great. And it would be a shame to use it with that navigation tray at the bottom. So why not enable some gestures? Now, to do that, just head over to additional settings and tap on full screen display. Here, select full screen gestures and you're done. Now, speaking of gestures, here's another cool one to quickly launch the camera. Like it? Well, to enable it, just head over to button shortcuts and additional settings. Here, on launch camera, you can set it to double press the power button. Similarly, you can set different shortcuts below if you do not opt to use the navigation gestures. Now, chances are that you're buying the POCO X2 for its gaming, so why not enable Game Turbo? Well, basically it's still enabled by default, but you still have to add games to it. Now, to do that, just head over to settings, scroll down and tap on special features. Now, tap on Game Turbo. Here, just tap on the add game icon and add your favorite games here. Now, each time you launch them, Game Turbo will automatically clear your memory in the background. Okay, so I recently made some stellar wallpapers for the POCO X2, which you should definitely check out if you are an existing consumer, or maybe just check it out for the kick of it. But one thing that I noticed while testing them out is that even when you apply a wallpaper as your lock screen wallpaper, it doesn't show up immediately because of this wallpaper carousel thing that Xiaomi does, which is... Anyway, I don't like it. But if you share the same thought, here's how to disable it. Simply head over to lock screen settings and tap on glance for me. Just turn off the toggle here and you're done. Now, fun fact, I've been actually using the Realme X2 Pro as my daily driver and POCO X2 as my secondary driver for all the scripts that I'm writing. And the best part about it is that it's so easy to share files between one another. Just enable the Me Share on the device from quick settings. Now, each time you try and share a file, it will automatically find phones from Vivo, Realme and Oppo, provided they have their respective sharing modes on as well. Now, moving on to some camera tips, the first thing that I want to tell a lot of you guys is how to take burst shots. It's actually super simple, just tap and hold the shutter button and it will automatically capture a lot of shots. Then you can just go to the gallery and select the best shot of all the ones captured and delete the remaining ones. Okay, now I've already done a best apps for the POCO X2 video, the link to which will be in the description box below. But the thing is, I did not include Adobe Lightroom in it, which is my beloved app for taking raw images from your camera. The reason for that is that the POCO X2's camera does it by default. In order to do that, just switch to the Pro mode inside the camera app and tap on the top right corner and then enable the RAW mode. Now the phone will automatically save .dng files which you can edit later on. Now, while we are talking about the Pro mode, another nifty trick that the POCO X2 actually packs in is actually giving you the option to enable focus peaking. Just tap on the focus icon here and the phone will now highlight the objects that are in focus. Now this comes really handy when you switch between lenses and make use of the manual focus to truly embrace the photographer in you. Well, that was it. If you still have any more queries or questions or any doubts about the POCO X2, make sure to sound off below and I'll try my best to answer each and every one of them. This is Varun from Guiding Tech and I'll see you in the next one.